Welcome to a cloudy, drizzly, cool morning here in northern country. I originally was going to try to do this as an unboxing video, and I got excited last night. It showed up after dark, and I decided to open it up. And my first thing I'm going to say to you is, you ever got anything that potentially exceeded what you expect? Build up to this as a big surprise, and I think originally I had the idea that it was going to be a surprise to you, and it's turned in to be quite the surprise for me. So I'm going to start by the fact that, when was the last time you got a muzzleloader of any sort that was shipped to you like this? Normally it's in a cardboard box and in styrofoam, and you take it out a piece at a time and you put it together. Well, in this case, it showed up looking like this. And again, far exceeds my expectations. So, to give you an idea, I'm going to come around here. This is my index finger, and that's the round ball mode for that. And I'm going to take some kind of before pictures of what I had seen when I made this order and what I got in here. Now, a while back, I made a video on what I call what would Ashley do, which what would Ashley do to me is basically a Super Hawken. And apparently it's running on deaf ears, but for myself, I've gotten to a point where if I hear one more person go, "Yeah, I like muzzleloading, I got a 50 caliber Hawkins," they all seem to think they're Robert Redford, and they all try to deliver it as though they're Robert Redford, and I'm just bored with that. There's too many interesting calibers, too many interesting rifles beyond the pseudo so-called Hawken-like rifles. And I come across this in Dixie Gun Works, and I'm going to send you the picture Dixie Gun Works had. But I saw this and thought this might be an alternative to what would Ashley do. I still want what would Ashley do. The Super Hawken, in my idea for it, even Pedersoli, or the Italian firearms group, agrees that it's a wonderful concept. But in this case, and I'm going to pull a little bit of Garrett Bang Bang the Woods thing here, and I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to do this. This is a double barrel flintlock 63 caliber rifle. And to be honest, I had no idea even what I was getting. I knew there was some checkering here, and I'm going to try to give you some close-ups like I said here earlier, but I did not know that I was ordering something so damn pretty I'm afraid to even touch it type of thing. I've always had really good but plain rifles, because I knew in my former self I put guns to the test. Now, don't get me wrong, I've had nice rifles, you know, like Model 700 classics, and fancy Rugers, and fancy this and fancy that, but I always stayed to the plainer side. And in this case, I kind of bought it on a whim, and it's been a really struggle to get it, because it's more money than I've ever spent on a rifle. Ever. Modern, flintlock, it don't matter. I've never spent this kind of money. And to be honest, Dixie does not give you a good description of what you're about to get. Truth of the matter is, it's come out now that I've got it. This is what's called a Kodiak Express Magnum Safari. They do make a 72 caliber double barrel, but 72 caliber wasn't what I was looking for. I wanted 62 caliber, if you remember, right? Well, this one is 63. The bullet mold I have is 615 round ball. I may have to go out of my way to find one a little bit bigger, but this one was available, so I went with it. We're going to try 615 diameter round ball. Advertised bore diameter is 634. Advertised. It's advertised as a 27.5 inch, and quite frankly, this thing is balanced great. In my past, I've always liked a heavy front end rifle. This is not that, but by God, I gotta tell you, that thing balances nicely. So there it be, right? There you go, Garrett. It has a 1 in 75 twist, so there's a part of me that kind of curious how well it will do with shot with that slow of a rate of twist. However, I do know now, because I bought it on a whim, and with faith thought, by God, I'm buying a Pedersoli, I'll bet I can get interchangeable barrels. And at this point, I haven't got the 100% answer of what barrels are capable of, but Italian Firearms Group has confirmed that I can get smoothbore barrels for this. So with that being said, I'm going to put you on pause, and then I'm going to grab the camera and bring it around here and get some close-ups of this so that you can see. But this is, right now, far exceeding anything I expected to get from the pictures I saw from Dixie. The only thing that could make this a problem, I guess is the word, disappointment, maybe a better word, is if I have to do like Mike Bellevue did with his 4570, where I have to reacclimate these barrels. I would hope that they got this right, the way the sighting system works, and I will show you that a little closer here in a minute. Is it's more or less a large shotgun bead in the front, and then it has this fold up leaf sight in the back. My hope is that everything shoots and we can adjust that pretty easily if need be. But at this point, I'm going to come around. Even the flint came with the flint and leather already put. They both work. The locks are far more compact than I ever gave any consideration to for size. But here we go. I'm going to put you up. So here we go, starting from head to toe. And I'm going to try to get you as good a picture as I possibly can. We all know how well I am at being I didn't expect any of this engraving. I looked it up. The 4570 break open version of this is about $6,200, and obviously I didn't spend that kind of money. Throughout this time, it's been kind of tough. We've had a van break down, and I thought, I'm never going to be able to get this thing out of hock. But here we are today, and I'm just amazed. To say that this old fart's kind of somewhat emotional is kind of understating it. And when I mean emotional, I'm excited. I'm a little nervous to scratch it, but that doesn't mean I ain't gonna slow down here. And I can't wait to get to the range to give it a shot. Give me a chance with a comment or two down below. I generally don't ask for comments, but it's the only way I seem to know if anybody's actually seen it, and or anybody really cares. But again, check that son of a gun out. Like I said, the flint even was already in there, and I've tested those locks, and I got great spark. Do they make a percussion version? At this point, I'm afraid to look, because I might actually buy that too. And I really don't need to keep buying stuff. So, you guys have a beautiful day.